Welcome back to another episode. As always, I'm your host. I'm done with this pick'em shit. I'm your host, Joe Anderson. As always, what's going on? I'm joined as always my co-host Paul. What's going on, man? What's going on?
What's up?
Back with another week of pick'ems. Week was it 4? Week 4 was in the books,
Yep.
and I did horrible again, but I did better than the week before. So we're
Oh
trending
yeah.
upward. Yeah. We're
You
trending
couldn't you
upward.
couldn't you couldn't do any worse than that.
Unless I got them all wrong, I couldn't do much worse. So we're
No.
trending upwards. We're trending upwards. Paul, how did we do last week?
All right. So our guest Jaquan. All right. So you went 8-8, so that was good. Jaquan and I tied at 10-6 last week.
Okay, well, shoot, at least I
You
went
broke
8 and
even.
8.
You broke even, so
I
you
broke
good.
even, yeah. I told you one of these days my reckless picks are gonna hit, and I'm gonna go like 13-3. And y'all gonna be like, wow, or something. Like I'm gonna catch everything right, and y'all are gonna be shocked. Until then, I will continue missing. One day. One day. All right. So what did we do? What did we hit on? What did I hit on? Let me know what I hit and missed on, and then we
All
go
right.
through you and Jaquan.
So you hit on the Dolph. Oh no, wait. You hit on the Cardinals.
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals. What else? I'm looking at the ones that you hit that neither I nor or pretty much Jaquan hit on.
Okay.
I'm looking at the greens. You had the Giants, but me and you hit the Giants both. That was pretty much it. Because the one that surprised us all was the Lions game. I thought Geno Smith was going to come back down to earth, and I thought that the Lions were going to beat them. Because the Lions, if like it or not, or if you're not really paying attention, the Lions they're competitive this year. They're competing. Like they're not like your welcome mat. Like you just walk all over them. You in a dogfight with them.
Well, remember they were competitive last year, but I think the difference is they're actually finishing some games. Like
Yeah,
they're
but not
actually
like this year
finishing.
though. This year they're actually more competitive though. I feel they're more competitive this year. Last year I felt like, okay, you could beat them, but this year it's like, no, you in a fight. Like you're in a fight with them. Like, they're not gonna like, you know what I mean? There's like a difference between last year and this year. And as I said, Dan Campbell's taking this team in the right direction, and I think so. He's not missing. He's missing maybe a couple players here or there on the offensive side, maybe, and the defensive side. But the fact that you got Hutch on the edge and you got the two linebackers in Rodrigo and I can never pronounce this guy's name. It's the A. Anazio.
Who?
But I have my fantasy team though. The linebacker and the Zalazi.
Oh, Alexander Zaloni.
Yeah, him. Eso. Gives you a bunch. He gives you fantasy points, man. That's a tackling machine, bro. I drafted him again. Like I drafted him this year. I traded from last year. And he just happened to work out for me. Or did I pick him up in the free agency? I don't know. But yeah, the Lions I think are going to be better than people expect if they haven't been paying attention. If not this year, then they're on the right track for next year. We got the Monday night game wrong. We all picked the Rams on that
Of course.
one. Yeah.
Real quick, are we live on Facebook?
No, we're recording.
Oh, all right. Well,
yeah,
then whatever.
Yeah, it's all right.
I see what I want then. They'll see it later.
Yeah. The one I got that you got wrong with Jay was the Thursday night game. You guys picked the Dolphins. I got the Bengals on that one. You got the Raiders pick right. I got the Broncos one on that one wrong. I don't know what's happening there because
Who, the Broncos?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on because I know Russell took some time off, like in the offseason, to try and get with the players and work together. And now they took a big hit in Javonte Williams being done for the season with tearing his ACL. And
I
Melvin
think it's
Gordon's
the
not
second
a
year in a
bad
row.
guy. Hmm?
I think it's the second year in a row being out the rest of the season too.
I think his injury last year was like towards the end of the season, and it wasn't like a major one. It was just like one that was like, oh, you just like twisted your ankle and only 2 weeks left, so just shut you down for the rest of the season, something like that. I can't remember. I have to look it up.
I gotta
But
remember. Keep going, but I'm looking it up.
yeah, but Melvin Gordon is not a bad backup. But the problem Melvin Gordon is like, dude, don't eat Butterfingers before every game. My man can't hold on to the ball. Like I
I
almost
picked him up in fantasy just in case.
no, don't. Like if you're playing fantasy and the fumbles are like big points against you, don't go after Melvin Gordon. Like I hate to say it, but the dude, he'll get you rushing yards, he'll get you a TD or so, but he needs to hold on to that ball. Cheeky had his issues with fumbling, but Melvin Gordon's on a different level. And
Yeah, I mean,
you know how Tiki was with his fumbles, the way he was carrying the ball.
oh, of course. I mean, it's all the way you hold the ball, but I mean, like as far as right now, I mean, there's really nobody to pick up a free agency, so it's really they really don't have a choice between him and Mike Boone. So I'm not gonna be surprised if he's toting the rock for a while. I mean, he's put carries with Javonte anyway, so with Javonte
Mm-hmm.
being out, he's gonna take probably a bulk of the share. But I mean, he put the ball on the ground again, then you probably will see a heavy dose of Mike Boone moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm not too surprised about the Broncos though. I'm just not too surprised about their troubles so far. I mean,
Really?
I guess it just kind of takes time. Like the offensive line is okay. It's not amazing. It's like a solid offensive line. It's much better when he was in Seattle. And then I mean, I said all of it just takes time. It just takes time to gel. I mean, he has three good receivers, but he doesn't have the rapport he built up with like Lockett and even Metcalf and the pieces he had on offense in Seattle. So I'm not too surprised. I think within a 2-3 years, yeah, like the Broncos will be fine. They'll be contending in that division, but I'm not too surprised about this year. So
Yeah. And another one that got us was we both picked the Saints, and Jay picked the Vikings, and the Vikings won. Like,
I don't know if the Saints either, man. Like,
yeah. Oh, the big one I got that probably surprised the people was the Falcons over the Browns.
yeah, I don't know.
Hey, oh my God, what's up with the Browns, bro? The Browns will be the Browns.
This year is it's like just throw logic out the window this year. It really is. Like
Oh yeah,
it it's really just throw logic out the window at
you
this
you
point.
you you have to. I mean, look at the Rams. The Rams, like, it's not that they're losing games they should be winning. It's not just that. It's the way they're losing, how they're losing. It's just it's crazy.
Yeah.
They never retooled after they lost all the receivers. Woods left, OBJ left, like not so they got who did they bring in? They brought somebody.
They brought in Aaron Robinson, but I mean,
Yeah,
they're
that's
not
not
even
enough.
like they're not featuring him in the offense like that to me. Like everybody's saying, like when's he actually gonna start being featured like in the offense? Like what's going on with him?
And
So
I'm
I
trying to
don't know
figure
what's
out
up with him.
if that because the thing is like I see it the same way as the Raiders. Derek Carr is having a bad season because he's trying. I feel he's trying to force so much to Devontae Adams, and now he has to more than ever because Hunter Renfro's out with that concussion. When
They
Hunter,
had I don't. I feel like he doesn't have to force it as much though because like he still has Darren Waller, who's one of the best tight ends in the league,
oh,
and
I
Matt
know,
Collins has stepped up. So I
oh,
don't understand why you're just forcing the same thing with the Stafford. Like
well,
I understand
I
Cooper
haven't
Cup.
watched the games, but I feel like he is though. I have to sit down and watch one of the games and see if he actually is forcing it to Devontae.
Yeah, I mean
Because
it's tough to catch a Raiders game, but like
yeah, I'm gonna have to sit down and
even
watch it
with
this weekend.
even with the Rams though, I'm like I don't understand why you feel you have to force the ball to Cooper Cup every play. Because I mean, how long has Sarah been in the league? He's been in the league for like 15 years at this point almost. Like,
Mhm.
but there's been plays where he was just he was like looked like a rookie out there. Like he looked like he was just telegraphing where he was going with the ball, like just staring down the receiver the whole entire time. You're not looking at anybody else. You're not moving the safety. You're not making the linebackers read your eyes the wrong way. Nothing. It was just Hike opening up and just staring Cooper Cup down, waiting for him to run his slant, coming across.
I was
Like
never a fan of Matt Stafford. I was never a fan of Matt
no,
Stafford.
I mean Matt, you don't know what you're gonna get. Matt Stafford when he was on the Lions was when he had Calvin Johnson. Matt Stafford on the Lions was 500 yards passing in like five picks and four touchdowns. Like
Yeah, but when you have
the guy was
Megatron,
great for.
it's like having Randy Moss throw it over there, and
Oh
he's
yeah,
bound to catch it. So it's like that's
oh
literally
yeah,
like almost 30, 40 yards per throw to
right.
that person, to
Just
Megatron.
throw the ball to Megatron. There's like a 90% chance coming down with it, even in triple coverage, as we've seen before.
Oh yeah.
Like, but it's just I don't get it. You have you have Cooper Cup, you have Allen Robinson. Ben Skoranek isn't Van Jefferson, which you're also missing because Van Jefferson was a good piece of them too.
Oh, I forget about
Then
Van.
you, yeah, Van Jefferson's injured right now, so he's out for the next 4 games at least. And then you have Tyler Higbee. They lost Gerald Everett. Like they had pieces though, and then you still have Cam Akers and you have Daryl Henderson in the run game. But I mean, also their offensive line is struggling too because they don't have Andrew Whitworth anymore.
No, that
So
was the
I mean,
biggest. That's the biggest loss.
oh yeah, he's like 40 years old, but he was still a Pro Bowl left tackle, still one of the best in the league. So I mean, I understand why they're not you don't have it together on offense, but it's just Stafford's just regressing. It's just he's just staring one guy down all game long. And defensively, the tackling was just horrible in that game. Like you can't allow Debo Samuel to run for like a 60-something yard touchdown on you on like a 6 yard slant.
No.
Like, but I don't know. What are we looking at for next week? What are our games looking like?
Oof. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Thursday night game. Colts at the Broncos. This is one of those
um,
where like, why? Could you just switch it?
yeah, like, like, oh, I don't know because Jonathan Taylor's out, so I don't know.
Oh, he's out?
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor's out this week.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah, it's a short week. It's a short week, and Jonathan Taylor is out this week. He's not playing, so that's why a lot of people picked up
Naheem
a lot of people
Hines.
picked up Naheem Hines in fantasy. It's already came out on Bleacher Report and everything. Jonathan Taylor and Shaq Leonard were ruled out. So I don't know. This one's a tough one. Like Naheem Hines isn't a bad back, but he's not Jonathan Taylor. Um, they are playing in Denver. Um, without having to lean on Jonathan Taylor heavy in that run game, they become one dimensional because Naeem Hines is a 3 down back. I'm gonna go Broncos on this one. I'm gonna
Damn.
take a swing right off the bat. I'm gonna go Broncos.
See, this
Where
is
are we
a.
going?
You say you're going Broncos?
Yeah, I'm going Broncos.
I want to go Colts, but I feel like even if they had Jonathan Taylor, they're still like too sus. Like I'm going with Broncos as well on this one. I again, like you said, this year is just throw logic out the window because yeah, it's you don't know what you're getting with Matt Ryan pretty much. Like
Nope.
Matt Ryan was sus, after the Super Bowl, and now he's even worse. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'll go with the Broncos as well. Next game we have your Giants versus the Packers.
I mean, I'm just gonna go Giants here just because I'm just gonna go for my team. Daniel Jones. He suffered an injury late in not well, kind of late in the game, midway through, I'd say actually. But he was limited to start the week, and now he's had a full practice today, moving around really well. The Giants didn't sign a backup quarterback because Tyrod's still in concussion protocol. Um, their number two would be Davis Webb. People actually, I was terrified because we worked out Jake Fromm, and we already saw how that went last year. So we worked him, Brian Lewerke, and AJ McCarron out. So of the three, I would have taken McCarron, but he at least has some experience playing and actually winning games. But all all signs point to him starting this week, and I don't know what's going to happen with Tyrod, but I do believe that Davis will be activated and he'll be the number two quarterback. Um, the Packers have shown to be very beatable this year, so I I was saying we'll take the Giants, but I'm not going to take it just to be a homer. Like I really do believe that we have a chance to win this game. I think Azeez Ojulari being out possibly is going to be a big hit to it, but hopefully Thibodeau can get home on Aaron. Um, I think Cat has a chance to come back, and then I think Wandale is trending towards playing, and Tony's like a 50-50 chance right now. So um, I don't expect us to put the ball in the air too much. I expect it to be similar to the Bears game. Throw when necessary and needed. Heavy run. We have one of the best rushing attacks in the offense in the NFL right now. So I think we have a chance to, if we keep it close, make defense make some plays. I think we have a chance at winning this one. What do you got?
um, the Packers slipped past the Patriots this weekend. Literally, that one touchdown at the end. Uh, I can't remember the receiver should have caught it, but they overturned it because he never had control of the ball when he came down. I was arguing that it
Mm,
was. I thought that the ground caused the fumble, the incomplete, but it is what it is. He's still Aaron Rodgers still hasn't figured out wide receiver. Um, the Giants just lost Sterling Shepard for the year. So the both teams coming into this week have wide receiver issues. So this is interesting. It is at Lambeau Field, but it's not. It's not that time of the year where Lambeau Field makes a difference yet. I will give it to
mhm.
the Giants only for the fact that they have Saquon coming back looking like Saquon. And I think the Giants will be able to stop AJ Dillon, slow him down, not stop, slow him down. So
Yeah, I think so. I think they have a chance at so like you said, I think we slow down Dylan enough. The outside run scares me a little bit as far as like Aaron Jones getting on the outside edge, but I think we have a good chance of winning it. What we got? What's next?
Steelers at the Bills. Okay, so this was interesting because of the fact that the Steelers uh, lost to the Jets this weekend, and it was a
Hmm.
bad one. As you know, some people weren't too happy about it. Some people were not happy about it. A la Minska Fitzpatrick talking about we shouldn't be losing the teams that we should be beating. But hello, Mr. Fitzpatrick, look in the mirror. Your team is not all that special either. Okay? Your team is not all that special either. The one bright side the Steelers had, though, is that they decided to go with Kenny Pickett. Um, yes, Brett, you're going to have to accept the fact that Joe did you a favor in speaking into existence your future quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Kenny Pickett.
He's so selfish. He won't give me credit for that. He's so selfish.
um, I think the Bills are going to win this one, though. I don't. I think that this defensive line is going to frustrate Kenny Pickett more than anything. Um, so Steelers fans, be patient with the man in this game because he still has it's his second game, his first starting game, second game in the NFL. I think the Bills are going to win this one though. They need to right their ship because they're looking a little shaky right now. The Bills are.
The Bills. I'm taking the Bills, but I understand what you're saying. I think the Bills came out very flat against the Ravens, and they found themselves in a very deep hole very quick in that game.
Mhm.
But I will give them credit. They were resilient and turned the game around, and they came back and won last week against the Ravens. So I will give them that. But they do need to be a full. You really need to be like a full game kind of team.
Mhm.
You
All
can't
four
just be
quarters.
a yeah. You can't be a full. You can't be like a second half team all the time. So you got to do that first. When you do that, then like I'll start. I think the Bills are gonna be great, but like to back up what you said, I think they need to get back to being a four-quarter team. But it happens game to game. Things can happen. But I think the pass rush and the defense is gonna be. I think the pass rush and the front seven are gonna be too great for the Steelers' run. And for Kenny Pickett, he might. I'm not gonna say he's gonna get flustered. I don't want to take that. I don't want to hit him with that. But I do think it might be a long day for the Steelers offensive line. Um, the Bills pass rush is too great. Like between Ed Oliver and Boogie Basham
Yeah,
and
it's
Rousseau and Epinesa and like they and Von Miller, they're just Tremaine Edmondson in the middle, like Matt Milano. They have too many people. Like I just see it being a long day to office for the Steelers offense. So like I said, you're gonna ask a rookie quarterback in his first game starting in the NFL to go up against debatably the best team in the league right now. So
yeah,
it's a
and they're
tall.
only they're 3-1 only because McKenzie made a kind of brain fart. That's it.
Right, right. Like I think it's a tough ask, a really tough ask for him to do that. So um, I'm going to go Bills on this one.
All right. Next game we got Chargers at the Browns. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is
Trap
this is
game.
tough. For who?
The Chargers, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going Chargers on this one. Um, the Browns. Admittedly, I was wrong about Jacoby Brissett. All right, like he isn't what I thought he could be. I thought he could be at least a game manager, like keep them in the games. I mean, I won't say he hasn't done that, but it's tough to be a game manager when you're not, and your role is to not lose the game. When you have to go win the game, you're not built for that. So when he had to go win the game against the Falcons last week because his defense gave up 24 points, like it's just not in the cards to happen. Like so, I'm probably gonna be wrong for this, but I'm gonna go with the Chargers, which means the Browns are probably gonna win. But I'm gonna trust in Justin Herbert. They looked like they're getting back to what we all thought they would be. The defense was playing better. Austin Eckler had a hell of a game last week. Mike Williams had a good game. Keenan Allen came back and had a good game. So I am gonna go with them. I'm gonna go with the Chargers on this one to beat the Browns. What do you got?
I'm going with the Chargers as well, as the word on the street is that Miles Garrett might possibly miss this game because of the car accident he had.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's a big loss on their defensive line when you don't lose Miles when you have Miles Garrett out. Just like if the Rams were to lose Aaron Donald, that's literally like 85% of your defensive line right there, if not 90. I'm just saying because the man Miles Garrett and Aaron Donald command double team, and when a lineman commands double teaming, literally it opens up for everybody else to eat. A linebacker, a nose tackle, or another end, somebody's going to get open and do work, and put more pressure or get that sack if it's not that Aaron Donald or Miles Garrett. So because of that
Yeah,
fact, I think the Chargers have a chance because Justin Herbert will have time to throw. He won't be rushed from Miles Garrett. Um, that's the only reason why I'm going with the Chargers because Miles Garrett is a game changer for them on the defensive side. On the offensive side, the Browns are still trying to figure out Jacoby. Um, how long is Deshaun Watson out? 11 games, I think it was.
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so the Browns right now are 2-2. They're going to fall down to 2-3. I won't be surprised if they're under 500 by the time Deshaun comes back. And the question will be, do you even play the man at that point? if the season's done, if your season's done, you're mathematically out of the playoffs. Why put him in to possibly injure him, and then literally you the for whatever we'll leave the whole pox out of it, what happened, but talking just contract wise, you literally have this man on $1 million salary this year, so you can literally sit him and just eat that 1 million. You have to look forward for the following year. If you put him in week 11, 12, or whatever, and he gets an injury that causes him to miss next year, you're screwed because you're literally guaranteeing his large salary for a player that's not going to play. So I honestly believe if they're out mathematically out of the playoffs, just shut him down because you have so much money invested in him. You can't afford for him to get hurt when your season is done. At that point, just call it a season and call it a year and just sit him down and give everybody else time to play. And at one point, should start shutting down like Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, like players like that. Nick Chubb, you know, start shutting them down and figure out what you can do with Kareem Hunt because I think his contract is up after this year. But yeah, I take the Chargers on this one over the Browns.
Word.
Next game. Ooh. Texans at the Jaguars. Whew. Okay. Because the Jags are on the up and up, I'll go with the Jags. Just for that reason alone, I'll go with the Jags.
I want to go with the Jags, although I do kind of like some of the pieces the Texans have. I do like Mills. I do like Damian Pierce. I think he's been showing a lot of people wrong. I do like Nico Collins. I do like Brandon Cooks. So I do like some of the pieces that the Texans are working with.
Yeah.
But I do think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a bounce back game. They put up 21 points last week against the Eagles, and I think he had a good game. And then he didn't have the greatest game, I should say. He started off okay, but then you think he had like 4 or 5 turnovers. I think he's going to look. I think he's going to look to bounce back from that. Um, the Jags defense is pretty good. They have there's some pretty solid pieces on that defense. Devin Lloyd's been playing like an animal so far this year. Um, so I think the Jags will keep pace in that division, and I think the Jags will pull out this W. So I'm gonna go with the Jags on this one too.
Okay. Next game, the Bears at the Vikings. It's a division game. It's a division game. All right. So this is interesting because it's in the dome, and the Bears played an ugly game last week against the Giants. Well, both teams did, but the Giants was reasonable because of the fact that Jones got hurt. Then they had to go to Wildcat. No, Jones got hurt. Tyrod came in. He got knocked out of the game. They had the Wildcat for a little bit until they figured out Jones. And Jones still couldn't even play well because the ankle was messed up. You know what I'm saying? So he did what he could on that ankle.
He was a straight the decoy.
Yeah, and coming from me, if I'm saying this, you know how I feel about Daniel Jones. So I'm kind of literally giving him a pass on this game, on that Bears game.
True.
So for that fact, I don't think the Bears are ready for this. I'm going with the Vikings on this one. The Bears are worse than I thought. I thought they were in a like an okay place, but yeah, no, they're worse than I thought. The Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going on Vikings too. The Vikings beat the Saints last week. I thought the Saints were going to be pretty decent this year. And like again, just to piggyback on what you said, I think the Bears did not look good against us last week.
And they had a chance to win. I honestly believe they had a chance to win.
Oh yeah, I mean we're up 20. We're at what 20-12. We're up 20-12, and then we we punted the ball down. They fumbled the punt. We ran the ball 3 times, and then we missed a field goal from Graham Gano, who I knew was going to happen. That's why, like, when I was talking to everybody, I got mad quiet. I just sat there and watched because I was like, he's going to miss. because the Giants have to make it a game. We can't put people out. We can't
Oh,
step. We cannot step on people's throats. We have to make everything a game. It was 20-12. You kick a field goal, you go up 11 with like 30 seconds to go, or whatever, 15 seconds to go, and the game's over. But no, like we have our automatic kicker, Pro Bowl kicker, has to miss like a 40-yarder. Like, come on, man. So I knew it was gonna happen, but like I said, the Bears just did not look good on either side of the ball. Their offense didn't look great. It was literally just they had one. I think Justin Fields had one bomb of a pass. Um, that he got that Darnell Mooney caught. Other than that, he didn't do anything else. Khalil Herbert, I think, had 75, 77 yards rushing. Justin Herbert was most of the rushing attack. He had another 50, I want to say. He was just plays broke down. And he just used his legs to scramble out of there, which the Giants always have a hard time dealing with.
yeah,
Um,
that's why I thought he was going to pull it off, but it was just too much for him.
yeah, and I
I,
mean, but then like defensively, they didn't make any adjustments till like the third quarter because I don't know how many times we hit these guys with a bootleg. Like their backside of the line and their linebackers, their safeties, everybody was just falling to Saquon Barkley. And I get it. Saquon's been tearing the league up. You know, I'm the first person to tell you how much I love Saquon. Like he's been tearing the league up this year. But
yeah, I think that boy's
you're
back.
but you're just not even like the people that are supposed to be doing their job weren't even doing their job. The backside of the play is not supposed to chase that. Like if you run a stretch play to the right and you're on the backside of that play, you're supposed to stay home in case of bootlegs. And the whole first half, we were just killing with bootlegs. Whether it was just a design and run for Daniel Jones, he was just rolling out. He was booting left, booting right, scrambling for 20 yards. He ripped off 2 touchdown runs because he was booting, like, or just dumping it in the flat to the tight end, dumping it to the receiver. Like, they didn't make any adjustments. We hit him with bootlegs all game. So even in the third quarter, they started making adjustments, and we started just leaking the tight end out and just hitting them again. So, I mean, going forward to this week against the Vikings, I mean, they got Jamar Jefferson and they got Adam Thielen, who are already both better receivers than the Giants have. You got Irv Smith at your tight end. You got Dalvin Cook in the backfield. Like
As
I
long as he
think
doesn't
you're
get
gonna,
hurt.
yeah. I think you're going up against a better offense. And so I mean, defensively we might be around the same, but offensively you're going up against a better offense as of now. You know, I just don't think the Bears are. I don't think the Bears are equipped to. And if they make these same adjustments and like midway through the third quarter, they're gonna be for another long game. At least it's in the dome. So I'm gonna give it to the Vikings.
At the end of the day, this might be Matt Nagy's last year.
Matt Nagy.
Sorry,
Na-
brain fart.
I was say I'm gonna say Nagy been gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they got
uh,
Aberflus. They got Aberflus now.
no, yeah, I'm sorry. Shit.
Long day for Paul.
Yeah, long day, long day.
Long day, and it's only gonna get longer. Keep that in mind. Oh man, this guy said Matt Nagy. Messed me up.
uh, I'm like,
What's
damn.
next?
I'm in 2020.
This
Oh,
guy's a year behind.
yeah.
All right. I'll give
Lions
the
and the
Lions.
Patriots. Oof. It's just
Um,
tough. I because
I'm going Lions. That's screw it. I'm going
that's where I'm
Lions.
leaning to. I'm going Lions as well. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gonna say. No. I'm just going Lions. Leave
Yeah,
it as
I'm
that.
going to go Lions. I don't know if Mac Jones is playing this week. I think Brian Hoyer's out. Patriots have to go with Bailey Zappi again, Brett's favorite quarterback. But
Yep.
I'm just going to go Lions on this.
Zappy.
Zappi. I'm going Lions. Let's
Yep.
go. What's
Rodrigo
next?
with a bunch of tackles. Seahawks
Oh
with the
God.
Saints. Oh, this is this year is just weird for the reason this year. It's just odd. Um, and it's in New Orleans. I'm
It's
going with
in
the
the dome.
Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks. I have no faith in the Saints.
I'm going Seahawks too. I
It's
can't trust the Saints for anything.
and my thing is like everybody's like, oh, give Justin Emmons Wilson a chance. No, like give him a chance if you want, but be careful how expensive that chance is going to be, though.
Like I don't know. Like I'm going Seahawks, but look, like the Saints used to be such a sure pick. Like every year it should be like, oh, Saints, no brainer. Like this, like I don't know. Like I can't trust them.
They don't have
I
Drew
can't.
Brees no more. They don't have Sean Payton no more. So it's like it's not that team anymore. It literally isn't that team. You could because Sean Payton was still there, and no matter which quarterback was there, you know, okay, Sean Payton's here. He'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
they
But
lost last week, so
yeah,
they lost last week to the Vikings,
yeah, I still trying to figure that one out.
which killed me because I was trying to win a parlay, and I needed Will Lutz to hit that field goal, and he missed it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna look at my. I'm going to Vegas next week, and I'm gonna look at parlays, and I'm gonna see what I can get in there. Uh, Good luck
cost
to
me
me.
money.
All right, next thing. Oh, baby. Oh, you're talking about how your team has you on the edge. My brother, my Jets, freaking comeback cardiac kids. I'm about to tell my girl to give me a DM the resuscitator because I feel like I'm about to get a heart attack in the fourth quarter, third, fourth quarter. Jeez, man. Like
uh,
we came back again on the Steelers, another AFC North. We ended up so we're 2-2 for the season, and we're 2-2 against AFC North. I'm okay with that.
you have to be. I mean,
Yeah,
and I think what you so who you face the Steelers and the who else? The Browns,
we
right?
beat all AFC North, the whole entire AFC North. We
So I
started
mean,
the
you
season
face.
off with the Ravens. We lost to the Ravens.
Oh, you
We beat the
lost to the. Okay.
Browns. We lost to the Bengals, and we beat the Steelers.
Oh yeah, you can't ask for better than that. I mean, I thought you guys could have pulled out against the Bengals, but the way they were playing, but you can't ask for more. You split the
No,
season series with probably one of the best, what we thought was going to be one of the best divisions in football.
yeah,
So you split the series. Can't be mad at that.
no. In this game, I think we'll be good. I think we'll be all right. But I am a little concerned, even though if you guys saw the game on Thursday, it was a nasty hit by Tua, and boys out this week. But we were talking in the chat that night that
Word.
man should be shut down. My man was doing like you
Yeah,
like
he should not be able to touch the field the rest of this year.
no, he shouldn't have been on the field after he got hit in that Bills game.
No, at all. My man
They're like, oh,
collapsed
it's a back injury, and
the
he's like
back injury.
getting up and he's like shaking his head. Like,
Yeah,
no, you don't shake your head if it's your back. I'm sorry,
no,
you don't shake your
not
head.
at
You
all.
grab your back. You saw grab. Oh, his
Yeah,
back went out. Like you still don't shake your head.
no, you don't. My back
That
hurts. Let me
that
shake it off. Like,
that
nah.
that's one of those old timers like to call clearing out the cobwebs in the head.
Yo, my man, if your back hurts, you pull one of these. You stretch the back.
Or you
Not
literally just
like,
start laying down. You don't walk up and just start.
yeah. Like, there's like, it was one year I was coaching football. Not to get off too off track. There was one year I was coaching football. I was coaching, because I coach high school and I coach like my middle school kids too. Little league kids. I was coaching a seventh grade team. And my kids were running. They had to run for some reason. I don't forget what it was. But my one kid on my team, Paul, he starts holding his side, like he starts holding like his side, maybe like where his like I guess where your appendix would be. He starts holding his side. He's like, Coach, my hamstring hurts, and I'm like, yo, my man, you're holding your side. Like he's holding, he's just like, yo, Coach, I don't know where my hamstring is, but it hurts. It's just like, yo, if you don't keep running, bro, like my man was holding his
Uh,
side, like holding his appendix. Oh my god.
uh,
That's what that reminded me of. Just you're shaking your head because you have a back injury. It makes zero sense. Come
It
on, guys. Like
does.
we can lie better than this. Like,
Yeah, yeah. And then I was like, and then when the injury happened on Thursday, that was even worse because he got suplexed. He didn't get tackled down.
oh yeah,
My man got suplexed. I was like, damn.
oh yeah.
I was like, am I
Like,
watching football or like WWE here? AEW. Like, what the
oh
hell?
yeah. After that, it was. I'm sure he was just. I'm sure as he was getting slammed, he was just like, it's like going backwards, like
No, no. He was out. Apparently,
Oh,
he
I
woke
know, but
up.
I mean, like the thought in his head as he was getting power bombed or
Oh,
whatever, suplex, he was probably like, "Ah, damn it!" Like
yeah.
he was, he was just like, "I should have sat out this one." I know he probably was playing concussed the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's one of those where, like, they say, like, and I know it too. Um, at a certain point, like, your body just, it just knows what to do,
yeah,
So it's like you're just going on like instinct.
it's like a hard reset. Your body hit a hard reset. It's
Oh,
like,
no, no, no. I mean, like, they say like, oh, how would you able to play in this and that, blah blah blah. Like, I don't remember, but how would you ever play? Like,
oh yeah,
it's one of those where, like, the body just does it, like, on instinct. It just runs on instinct. It's weird to explain, but unless you played and you've been in those situations, it's hard to explain. Like
oh
when you
yeah,
have a concussion or something like that, kind of, you're like out of it. Your body just runs. Like when you're extremely exhausted and you don't know where you're getting the energy from, it just shit. It just your body just running on instinct.
oh yeah.
Whatever energy you have left in is instinct. That's it. All right, back to the game. Teddy Bridgewater is probably the best backup QB in the NFL right now. That man should be a starter somewhere, but it just his didn't work out for him. That's the only thing that worries me. And the fact that Tyreek Hill, they need to make sure they keep that brother covered. So, with that being said, I will still take my Jets over the Dolphins because I am not 100% sold on the Dolphins. I know what Jay said last week, and I know what I've seen in that Bills game and a couple of games too, but I still am not sold. It's one of those where it's been 4 weeks. Some teams run high 4 weeks, and they just start dripping down, and other teams just keep going up. So I'm not sold on the Dolphins yet, but we'll see on this one. I'm taking my Jets here.
um, I want to trust you. I want to trust you so bad, right? Like I want to trust the Jets. I really do, because you guys have shown so much fight. Man, I'm gonna go Jets. I'm gonna trust you guys. I'm gonna trust the Jets this week. I think you can pull it out. You fought back against two tough teams this year already. I mean, the Dolphins had an amazing comeback against the Ravens, but I'm gonna trust that you guys are gonna fight hard in this divisional game, and you're gonna find a way to pull out a win. I'm gonna trust the Jets this week.
You trust the Jets?
I'm gonna do it.
All right, all right.
Don't make me
Falcons
regret
at
it.
the Falcons at the Bucks.
I'm gonna go Bucks, and I swear if the Falcons win this game, I like I'm gonna like I don't think it's gonna be a blowout by any stretch. I think it's gonna be a good game, especially since it's a divisional game. I think it's gonna be a good game. Like I think it's gonna surprise people how close it might be. But I think the Bucks are gonna edge the Falcons on this one. I don't know if they're gonna be able to hang with the Bucks offense. I think Leonard Fournette's gonna bounce back after having a rough week last week. I think he had like -5 yards rushing last week, but I believe he had like 60 yards receiving. But Julio, Godwin, Mike Evans, I think the offense is gonna be too much for the Falcons to handle. Um, but yeah, I think I only have the Bucks winning by like a field goal or a touchdown. I think it's gonna be closer than a lot of people think, but I am gonna pick the Bucks to win this one.
I too am picking the Bucks. Mine's pretty much more because the Falcons and their injuries. Pitts just started practicing. He just came back to practice, so he'll probably be in there, but I won't be sure. We won't know how fully engaged he'll be into the game. I think Cordell Patterson picked up an injury too as well. I'm trying to see if he did or not.
Yeah, he's like out.
Yeah, so that's a big blow to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they got a rookie running back in Tyler Algier who's been stepping up the past couple of weeks. I actually drafted him in fantasy because I expected a bigger role out of him out of the gate, but he wasn't doing too much. So I dropped him, but he's picked it back up as of late recently. So I think that you might get a heavy dose of him. They'll try to keep the game close, and I think similar to like a Titans offense, like just heavy run, try to keep the game close as possible. Leave the time off. Maybe go into halftime like down 7-3 and be happy and try to just pull something out. But um, you want to keep Brady up the field as much as possible. That's the goal.
Yeah,
So, but I am gonna stick with the Bucks.
yeah, same here. All right. Let's see, next one. We got the Titans at the Commanders. So Derrick Henry seems like he's coming back to form, but the problem happens to be now is that again you're putting a workload on a man that just came off a broken foot, um, and you want to be careful because that's the only weapon you have. And the Commanders are getting what's his name back in? I think he's coming back this week if he has come back to full practice. What's his name? The running back, Robinson.
Brian Robinson.
Yeah, yeah. I'll take the Titans on this one because of Derrick Henry, but the Titans need to be careful and not overuse him where he's going to get another injury again.
Um, I is it time for a reckless pick?
Take it. I mean, we've been pretty much agreeing on mostly all the picks, pretty much.
I know, like I
This is
know,
crazy.
like I, I don't. I kind of want to go Commanders here. I kind of do, but I don't think I am. I kind of want to go Commanders, but I'm gonna go Titans. I'm gonna go Titans. For the only reason I think I'm gonna go Titans is because um Carson Wentz is banged up again. Surprise, shocker. Um, don't know. I mean, if he probably gonna play this week, but we don't know in what capacity. Um, Behind him they have Sam Howell. They actually brought in Cam Newton for a visit. I believe it was today or it was yesterday, but they brought Cam Newton in. Obviously, he's familiar with Ron Rivera and everything, so that's familiarity right there. But I don't know. Like I like Washington's weapons between Antonio Gibson, Brian Robinson's coming back. McLaurin, one of the more underrated receivers in the league, in my opinion. Jahan Dotson, uh, who has started off like crazy out the gate as a rookie, and actually he's tapered off a little bit, but that's more so because of quarterback play. Um, Curtis Samuel's over there. The offensive line is always solid. The tight ends are always they always pull a tight end out of nowhere. Like they got this guy Logan, what was it Logan Thomas now? Logan, I think it's Logan Thomas. They always have somebody solid there. So if the quarterback play was a little better or more consistent, and I knew who they were actually going to go with because I don't want to pick the Commanders and then Carson's out as a game time decision, and then they got to go with like Sam Howell on the off chance Sam Howell might light it up, but I don't know. It's too much. It's too much that I don't know. It's too many unknowns. So I'm going to stick with the Titans. It's going to be very interesting to see that Titans offensive line and run game against that front seven of the Commanders because they really hang their hat on that on defense. But I'm going to pick. I'm going to cautiously pick Titans. Although the Commanders win, I won't be surprised because I mean we beat the Titans, so they're a very beatable team this year.
Oh yeah. The Niners at the Panthers. This is one of those where it could go either way. Um, I'm
Trap game
going.
for the Niners.
Yeah, I would probably say yeah. I'm going with the Panthers on this one. I just think that they're going to be on a high from beating the Rams last week. So, and
You go.
Baker Mayfield has a lot to prove because what's his name? Mark Roll's getting pretty much a little bit of flack now in regards
Mark
to
Ritter.
in regards to Baker Mayfield, if he's still going to be the quarterback when Sam Darnold comes back, and so he's like, yeah, he's still my quarterback for now. So Baker Mayfield needs to start showing something to keep that starting job. If not, he might get yanked for Sam Darnold once he's healthy and proves he can, get on that field.
How funny would it be if the Panthers went and signed Josh Rosen too? That'd be amazing. But just to have Sam Darnold, Baker, and Rosen, that'd be hilarious.
The top 3 quarterbacks in that draft,
That'd be hilarious.
all on one team, and they still can't, unsuccessful.
That'd be hilarious. But I'm gonna go Niners over here. I think I know you said coming off of you said they're gonna be riding a high off of beating the Rams. And I do think that's gonna be the case, but I think they're gonna channel that into positive energy and they're gonna keep rolling with that momentum that they just gained off of that. It was a dominant win for them. I think they're gonna use that energy and roll right into North Carolina and handle the Panthers. Like I said, I think if they can shut down the offense like the Rams, if they get after Matt Stafford the way they did, um, shut down Akers and Henderson, shut down, for the most part, Cooper Kupp, Aaron Robinson wasn't much of a factor. Ben Skoranek got knocked out the game. Higbee was an afterthought. Like, if the Rams can get after the Panthers in any type of way, then they got after the Rams, because, I mean, Stafford's better than any quarterback that the Panthers have. The only consistent receiver over there really is DJ Moore, because Robbie Anderson's not really, consistent. So if that defense with Fred Warner and Bosa and all them can get after them, I think it's going to be a long day for Carolina. So I'm going to stick with the Niners on this one. I think they build up the momentum of their dominant win on Monday night, and they keep it rolling. What else?
Ooh, this is good. This is good. I hope Kyler Murray did some video.
You hope you watch the film?
Yeah, I hope he watched some film as per his contract instead of playing Call of Duty.
like our boy Dembele on Barca.
He does Fortnite.
But
this is gonna be an interesting game here. This game right here is gonna be good. Jalen Hurts didn't throw any TDs last week, but he had 254 yards throwing, and he was 16 of 25. So I'm not knocking the man. I'm just saying he just didn't throw any TDs. So, but he was consistent on his yards and his consistency. He only 9 passes were missed. That's not bad. Single digits. It's not bad. I know you want fewer, but you take what you can. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I'm a little disgusted over here. I'm reading a trade that just happened in my fantasy football league that I'm in, and this is just disgusting. Like,
what happened?
Like, I'm calling collusion on this. This doesn't make no sense.
Is this ours or is it another one?
This is another league that I'm in.
Oh, okay.
Somebody just traded Tua for Romeo Dobbs and Matt Stafford. Tua's not even playing.
No.
You traded Tua for a starting quarterback and potentially the best receiver on the Packers.
It's called fleecing.
It's called collusion.
Because the guy who's getting Tua believes Tua's coming back. Right, my man, if you're listening to this right now, Tua is one hit away from being out for the rest of the season. even if he comes back in a week or two. You're not supposed to get concussions like that. I'm going to say seguido, like everybody say in Spanish, that closely. He literally got 2 concussions in 2 weeks. I don't care what the Dolphins say. Video shows everything else. They can say it to the blue in the face, but we know what we saw. If you had a concussion, if you went around people with concussions, you know that man had a concussion. I don't care what the Dolphins say. I don't care what Tua says. To keep that farce going, he had a concussion. I'm sorry. He gets one more of those, it's a wrap. Like he's done for the year. Like literally, put him on an IR. He's gonna have the Brian Danielson like headaches and stuff like that. So whoever made that trade, you reaching, you're reaching. You don't. Tua's like do not touch right now.
Yo, like I'm about to really hit somebody up. Like, what kind of trade is it that you just accepted? Like, is your team doing that bad? You gave them all the season, just said, "Yo, take my best 2 players." Like, what is that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. But, anyway, before
I'm
I
going
start,
with I'm going to cards on this one.
I I'm gonna go with the Eagles. As much as I don't like them, and I want to see them lose. I'm gonna go with the Eagles on this. I think that their offense is good. Their defense is their offense is pretty potent. Hurts, as much as I'm pretty sure you're gonna hate to admit, it has been progressing pretty nicely this season.
Yes,
Um, he
still a long
has,
way though.
yeah, still a long way to go. But I mean, they're undefeated so far. The last undefeated team in the league. They got AJ. They got Devonta. They got Miles Sanders. They got a solid run game, a good offensive line. Goddard's one of the best tight ends in the league. Their defense is good. And I hate that Dre pointed this out on Facebook earlier. These guys have a top 5 pick in next year's draft because thanks to the freaking Saints. And of course, they're like picked like 3 in the mock, and they mocked them like Will Anderson out of the edge out of Alabama, and it just pissed me off to like start my day.
Oh
But
yeah, I
like,
saw that. I saw Dre's post on
oh
that
my
one.
gosh, that made me so mad. But anyway, I just think they're too. I think they're a complete team. They're one of the best teams in the NFL for a reason right now. I think they're going to beat the Cardinals, so I'm taking Eagles on this one.
All right. Cowboys at the Rams. Interesting. Cooper, what? Copper,
Cooper,
right? Copper or
Cooper,
Cooper?
Cooper,
No, the quarterback, not the receiver.
Cooper.
I thought it was
Oh,
Copper, the
no,
quarterback
still
of the.
Cooper, still Cooper, Cooper Rush.
I thought it was Copper Rush.
No, no,
Damn it!
no.
All right, whatever. The Dallas Cowboys quarterback Rush is literally still undefeated in this only undefeated quarterback besides Hurts. Um, it's going to be an interesting game for the Cowboys. The Rams, I think they need this back. They need this game. I am going to go with the Rams on this one because they need this more than the Cowboys. And I think the Cowboys and Rush finally hit that wall in their first loss with Rush as a quarterback. Bring the Cowboy fans back to reality just a little bit. Un poquito.
I am gonna hate myself, but I'm going to go with the Cowboys on this one. I just the Rams just to me aren't impressive this year. They're just not. Um, the Cowboys' offensive line isn't what it's been in past years, but they still have a solid enough run game with Tony Pollard and Zeke. They still have CeeDee Lamb. Noah Brown's been a crazy surprise this year. They finally got Gallup back. Um, I just think the Dallas offense is just really potent. And like I said, if the Rams play anywhere near how they played against the Niners, they're not going to win this one. Stafford needs to get better. He needs to stop just staring down Cooper Rush. Why go out and sign somebody like Allen Robinson if you're not going to even try to feature him in the offense? Like you're targeting Skronik more than you're targeting Allen Robinson. Everything I've seen Allen Robinson's really just been like jump balls that have been too high and over his head and out of the back of the end zone. Like feature like at least for like Robert Woods, they were throwing like tunnel screens and stuff like that to him. Find a way to get Allen Robinson going in the offense because I don't know how many targets he has on the year, but from what I've watched, like it ain't been nothing. It hasn't been a lot. So the Ravens, the way that they're playing this year, I don't have them win this game. I have the Cowboys win this one.
Oh, there's a rumor that Dak is going to try and play this game. So
Yeah,
that's a bad idea, but we'll see.
yeah, I heard that. We'll
Oh,
see.
who did you have?
I have the Cowboys.
Next game, the Bengals and the Ravens.
Yeah, you go first.
I'm going with the Ravens on this one. Lamar is looking like a beast, but it's something that Jay pointed out this weekend. They need to figure out how to score in the fourth quarter because at the end of the day, you can be up by 24 points, 28 points, whatever points you want, but if you're not stopping that team and then you can't score points in the fourth quarter if you need to, you're putting yourself against the wall. And the Bengals and Joe Burrow know how to score in the fourth quarter. So I will take the Ravens on this one, but if they lose, keep an eye out. Like Jay said, keep an eye on the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is a big one. So I'm staying with the Ravens though. I have faith in the Ravens.
Um, I was very interested to see what would have happened last week had the Ravens just kicked the 3 points, took the field goal instead of trying to go for it on fourth down. If they would have went up three against the Bills, I would have been very interested to see how that game would have turned out. The fact that the Ravens were able to jump out on them like that says a lot to me. I don't think the Bengals' defense is as good as the Bills' defense. Their offense, when they're clicking, could be on par or better than the Bills' defense. I mean, I would take Allen over Burrow, but I think when you have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, I think like the receiver corp, I would give it to the Bengals. So when the Bengals offense is clicking, then I would give it to the Bengals. But their offensive line has been kind of in flux. Um, they've added some pieces, but it
Until they
just
get that
hasn't been.
chemistry.
Yeah, and it hasn't been like to me. It hasn't been like the best pieces. It's like you're watching the draft happen, and it's like you're passing on like the second rated guard for like the eighth rated guard. And I get everybody has their own boards, and I get that. Like look at the Patriots and like Cole Strange. Like I understand it, but it's like the Giants. We went and took Josh Azudu in the third round, and 31 other NFL teams had him ranked as a seventh round prospect. Like, why do we feel the need to take him in the third? So, it's like the Bengals are adding pieces, but are they good pieces? Like, even they added Jackson Carman out of Clemson. Like, you're adding a guard or a tackle, I should say, who I want to say was like sixth, seventh rated best lineman or tackle that time when there was other tackles that are starting in the league now that were better than him. So I'm like, you gotta be adding pieces, but are you adding the right pieces? Even when they signed like Alex Kaplan and people like you added pieces, but your pieces aren't gelling the way you thought they would.
Mm.
So it takes time because one off season is not enough. Learning a new offense and all that stuff that it's not enough. So I get it. But I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one too. I think they had a chance to beat the Bills last week. Had to kick the field goal. Obviously, Harbaugh is going to say whatever he's going to say as far as like analytically speaking, that was the right choice to go for it. I don't agree with it. Um,
That's why
but
I don't put much in analytics, man.
yeah, no, I don't either. Like, but I'm gonna go. I want to go Ravens here until I see the Bengals playing at a more consistent level. I'm gonna go Ravens here.
Okay. Last but not least, I'm winning that football game. The Raiders at the Chiefs. This
Mm,
one, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because they had a little hiccup here and there, but it seemed like they kind of figured it out on the offensive side. and Mahomes is back to being Mahomes. So I think and it's the Raiders, and they're just, I don't know what's going on with the Raiders. The Raiders, you figured they would have been better than what they are right now. They haven't won a game yet. Like, what the hell? So why?
Where are you going?
I'm going with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
going with
The Raiders beat the Broncos. I'm sorry. They won the game. Sorry, but still, they should be better than 1-3 though.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
go Chiefs as well. But it is a division game. Yeah, it's a division game.
mhm.
Yeah, it's a division game. I always forget because Kansas City is like in the middle of the US and Vegas is like out west. But yeah, it's a division
Yeah.
game. Um I'm gonna go Chiefs, but the Raiders always pull off one surprise a season, so I won't be surprised if they do pull a win out. I do believe they will play it close. The Chiefs always play division. The Chiefs always play hard. Not Chiefs, sorry. The Raiders always play hard. They always play division games harder, and then they always play the Chiefs like really hard. It's always just like the Raiders were one of those teams that I feel like they always play up or down to who they're playing with. Like they can't just play their own game. Like if we're playing a bad team, we're going to be equally as bad or worse as that team. If we're playing one of the top 5 teams in the league, we're playing like a top 5 team in the league, and it's just like once you get your own identity and you start playing your game, regardless of who you're playing against, is when you're going to take the next step as a great team. But till then, it's going to be tougher sledding for them. And go back to what we said earlier as far as Derek Carr. Like it's hard to come by a Raiders game all the time. We're going to be able to see them this week coming up, but you got to be able to see if Carr can spread the ball around. If he's not just forcing it to Devontae Adams. For what I do know, they have Matt Collins. Matt Collins has come out of nowhere this past game or two and become another weapon for him, along with Waller and Josh Jacobs and Zamir White. Um, but Carr's got to be more consistent with it. I know Devontae was his college teammate a long time ago. Got to reestablish a repertoire and that chemistry. I'm sure they work out together quite a ton. But then it's just learning everybody else. So I think it's going to be a tough fought game, a hard game, a close game. I think it might only be like not Chargers. I think it only would be like Chiefs by like maybe 7-10. But I'm going to take the Chiefs on this one. And they're in Arrowhead. So I'm going to take the Chiefs. Big crowd factor noise.
Yeah. We literally basically agreed on all.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to pick one or two outliers, but
it's hard. Like
yeah,
it's because we're at that point, like you said, we're at that point where you know who's who and who's what already.
right,
You're seeing some consistency and things here, and injuries are starting to take place as well too.
right. So it's like I want to be different because I know half these games are gonna probably go differently than what we pick, but it's like when you try to be different, try too hard, you look like an idiot when you're wrong. Like, so it's just like sometimes like you just like okay, I understand we're gonna agree with each other on most of these, but they just make the most sense.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yeah. So with that,
Another week in the books.
yep.
I'm feeling real 16-0ish this week.
If you go 16-0, so will I. Well, actually, there's like one or two games we didn't agree on, but if you go 16-0, that'll be interesting. That means I'll be 14-2. I'm okay with that. So I'll still have that lead.
Yeah, see, I need a big week because I don't know how many games I'm back, but I need a big week on this one.
Yeah, next week I'll have the countdown already.
Yeah, I gotta pull off at least like 2 or 3. That's one that sucks though. It's like we keep agreeing on each other. I'm not gonna catch up, so I have to pick some outlier games.
Yeah,
but
it's tough though.
Yeah, it is. It's like literally like what logic's telling me versus I gotta just be reckless and try to go for the goal. Like it's hard.
Yeah.
So But like I said, hopefully we'll see what happens. But until next time, until next week, everybody, thanks for watching. Um, like, share, comment, support. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us your picks. I don't know what that was, but what this was. Oh my god! All right, it's time for dinner. I'm out of here. Hopefully, I'll have a better nickname next week. I'll put my record up here next week.
Oh yeah.
Everybody have a good night, man. Till next time. Peace.